Yes, Chuckle Nuts!
Brand new.
Welcome back, Magma Munchers. It's your favorite marketable plushie, Magma. High attack speed is broken. As in, literally broken. There are two ways you can aim. Free aim and shift lock. Free aim lets you move your cursor around freely. Shift lock locks your cursor to the middle of the screen and forces your character to face where your cursor is. The key difference between free aim and shift lock is that shift lock forces your character to face where your cursor is and free aim doesn't. This seemingly small difference is actually the cause for a lot of aim related issues. For example, have you ever aimed at something while free aiming, then the attack goes somewhere completely different? Here, I'm trying to shoot the top of this sword, but it actually ends up shooting somewhere completely different. This is because I'm not actually aiming at the sword. I'm missing the top of it by a few pixels, so now Roblox thinks I'm trying to aim at the sky in the distance and is aligning the trajectory of the attack to go there. So now I'll try again, but I'll make sure I'm not missing it by a few pixels, and you can see it's now hitting the sword. If I had used shift lock, even if I missed, the projectile would have still gone in the direction I was intending it to go, meaning I still might hit my target as the hitbox might clip. That's why when people ask me which is better, I always say shift lock is better than free aim. Your attacks will always go where you aimed them, meaning there is still a chance they can hit and won't just fly off somewhere you didn't intend it to go. But that's besides the point. The problem lies with this alignment part of the attack when free aiming. You can see while in free aim, when I use an attack, my character has to rotate and face where I'm trying to shoot. Some weapons like bow and gun M1s don't have this happen, but the vast majority of attacks like magic spells rotate your character to where your cursor is. Attack speed does a few things. It increases the speed that attacks travel at. It decreases the startup time of attacks, it decreases the end lag of attacks, and increases the fire rate of multi-attack spells. The key part of attack speed that is broken is the decreased startup time of attacks. With high attack speed, it is entirely possible for your attack to go off before your character can finish rotating to face your cursor whilst free aiming. I have 443 attack speed. When I attack whilst free aiming, you can see my character trying to rotate to where my cursor is, but before he finishes rotating, the attack goes off. My attack speed is so high that it decreases my cast time by such a large amount that my attack goes off before my character can actually aim where my cursor is. Now this issue is easily fixed by just using shift lock, as this will force your character to always face where you're aiming, meaning your character will never spend any time rotating to face where you're aiming, and your attacks will therefore always go where your cursor is. This obviously isn't intended, as the mechanics aren't meant to interact like this, so it is a bug that needs to be fixed. To help VTEX out, the issue is clearly the fact that the speed your character rotates at isn't affected by attack speed, which is why this is happening. If attack speed changed how fast your character rotated, then obviously this wouldn't be an issue, as your character would rotate quick enough in correspondence with your input cast time to make sure the attack always goes where you're aiming. This is a funny bug. It did throw me off a lot at first when I was doing 1v1s with this high attack speed Magma Conjurer build, but we eventually figured it out. We probably aren't even meant to have attack speed this high with the current level cap, so that's probably why this was overlooked by VTEX and the testers. This issue also mostly only affects magic spells. Other attacks like the dagger throw aren't really affected so much by this, but regardless, this is a bug that needs to be fixed to make the game more robust. Also, while I'm on the topic of making the game more robust, VTEX feats, please optimize inventories. I literally cannot open mine up on my main slot without having to wait 3 to 5 business days for it to open whilst my game is frozen. In the time I have been waiting for my inventory to open, I literally have been able to start a family, work a 9 to 5 and grow old and just die. Like and subscribe, but only if you want to, of course.
Brand new.